much idiot ain't no fun, no, but ain't no fun without a little bit of
Handsome.
no fun, no, but ain't no fun without a little bit of
Rules, episode 106, coming at you live. I did it. I haven't done podcast voice in forever.
Then you did a podcast intro. We just start talking. Just start hanging
Sometimes
out.
you can just rip. We were talking bartending.
I know.
I don't know.
We were talking until our fucking guest went upstairs to the bathroom. Now 12 minutes
I
ago.
know. I think has to like bad poop problems.
We'll see. We'll find out in due time if the guest returns. But in the meantime and in between time, we were talking about Johnny Bartender, which
It
I'm
was-
always funny to think about.
It was one of the most. I said the day you stop bartending is a very fun day. But I think like any true bartender, you've never really quit. It's always like in the back pocket of like, well, if I get laid off again,
Yeah,
I
I
can
mean-
always go 10 bar. It's all guessing. Every bartender's a liar.
Yeah.
Every mixologist can go fuck themselves. Damn it, not supposed to curse. the first
Any
minute.
mixologist can go frick themselves right
They
in
can
the
go
heck.
frick themselves right in the G.
They can go frick themselves senseless even.
But everyone lie. I would lie on cocktails all the time. People would be like, let me get a Henry Kissinger. I'm like, all right. I'm pouring IPA and bourbon into the same glass, and I
Yeah.
put a sugar rim, and I'm like, here you go. They're like, just how I like it.
Sure, you
Like,
hit a salt rim, and they're kind of like, yeah, we get where you're coming from. We don't really know what's in here. Anybody who's
Everyone-
getting a salt rim anyway is disgusting.
And if you know well enough, like, I'm a martini guy, and I like it very specifically like this. Like, as soon as you saw me behind the bar, you'd be like, this guy's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get an IPA.
I like hearing the stories that Gab tells me about, like, alcoholics at the bar and like the sneaky
Oh.
drinking they have to do when they're alcoholics not there by themselves. You know, a regular is a whole different bag of tits.
Yeah.
But like an actual alcoholic who's there with like family and a wife, and he's like, "What's the highest percentage beer you guys can serve me right fucking now?"
Yeah. Can you put it in a kids to go cup? And I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say it's for my child who's asleep in the car.
That's just fun. I always see the videos of people who ask for like a hurricane shot, and it's where like the girls take a dude takes a shot, and then a girl throws water on him and slaps him. Just requesting that at every like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Some of those are insane. You start to see the ones going around of like the girls. It's always a big, voluptuous bartender just with curves for weeks.
Careful.
And they're always just beating the living hell out of a guy, and then at the end they pour a shot in their mouth. Like that's.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a bar where they have that?
I've only seen I've only seen the lure of this. I've never experienced it firsthand.
I got to see it once in Chicago, I believe. It was either Chicago or in Green Bay, one of those Midwest.
Well, hold on.
doesn't
Let's sit
matter
and figure
cities.
this out. Where do you think you might have been?
I was so
I'm kidding. Who gives a fuck?
I've
Go ahead.
been on
I'm
two
making fun.
Eagles trips, and one was to Chicago, one was to Green Bay.
Okay.
And I got to watch like multiple cousins of mine just get themselves destroyed in a bar. And it was a beautiful bartender. Like every dude there was like, if she beats the shit out of me, then maybe I get to kiss her.
Yeah.
Never.
That's a fate worse than hell.
And she
Usually,
just gets to beat up douchebags all night. It's kind of the best job for a feminist.
yeah, but it's worse for the guy because it's like you leave a strip club and you're like, she was so in love with me. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's that big burly softball player who beat the shit out of me wants me so damn bad she can't even focus.
There is the one video, the girl's like beating the shit out of the guy, pouring the drink in his mouth. He's all happy, and some like drunk girl comes over and slaps the bartender on the ass and thought that she would get a girl pass. Like, you
Yeah.
know, girls think they can just do anything at any time.
Right.
Like hot girl pass. The bartender turned around and immediately just started beating the shit out of her.
Yeah.
And like hot girl pass just got right out the window.
Yeah, of course. Only guys are allowed to do that.
HGP. hot girl
Only
pass.
regular guys can slap bartenders' butts. At least
What
from
would,
my
what
understanding.
would you use a hot girl pass for?
What would I
if
use
you
a
can
hot
get
girl
'em?
pass? I don't know. Become president? How have none of them done it? That shows you how fucking dumb the brawns are getting. Just be the president. It would be so easy for you, dude.
It really, yeah, just stick it out.
It's crazy that Monica Lewinsky just like blew Bill Clinton and then just didn't become president.
She would have if that happened now.
Yeah.
Like 2 years later, she would be
That
on
should
the campaign
that
trail.
should be the natural progression. Like, you know how like in medieval times you have to kill the king and then you're the king.
Yeah.
I think in our time,
have to blow
if
the
you
king.
blow the president, you become the president.
She's the heir
Just
to the blown, dude.
by the
Well, there's the episode.
Hey, everybody. What are we doing? I just got the power of whiskey in me. I'm drinking on a Tuesday. I don't really have work tomorrow. We're having fun.
Just imagine though, that was what was the Lewinsky thing? 95, we'll call it, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Just the perfect time where Bill's like, this is never gonna get out. The internet doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Pictures are you got to go get them developed. No one's taking pictures of this.
Yeah.
And then she was just like, yeah, let me find that fat bitch Linda Tripp.
True, dude. But dude, what isn't it even hotter if Bill's like, I hope they find out.
You know what's funny? All of my mental recollection of all of that is just off of the SNL sketches. Like when I picture Linda Tripp, I just picture when was it John? Not John Candy. John Goodman played Linda Tripp in one sketch.
Yeah.
So in my mind, Linda Tripp just looks like Jabba the Hutt, basically.
Oh, hey now.
I have no clue what she looks like, but like Johnny Cochran, I don't know what he looks like. In my mind, it's just Tim Meadows from 1996 in the OJ
Yeah.
trial.
I guess there's no association. Yeah, you don't have the internet, so you're just going off of like very limited resources.
Yeah.
I've only had the Inter, so I kind of know what things look like at all times. Dude.
Yeah, it's been at your fingertips always, right?
Oh, dude, I'll tell you something else been at my fingertips. Dial-up Fergie pictures of her first album
Ooh.
cover. My penis.
Was that the one with that was back in the day when there was a real low waist jean was in
Yeah.
for gals.
I got to pull it back. I talk about Fergie about every other podcast.
Oh,
at
we
this
can talk.
point.
We talked Ferg. I told you my roommate in college had a poster of Fergie on the wall. That's how old I am. I still went to college when dudes had posters.
True.
Were you a poster guy?
Yeah, I only had one. It was like of Ford's beliefs about. Shut up. We're having a blast.
Yeah, I had one. It was just a pictorial representation of the industrial complex. Like Jesus.
Yeah, dude. People are like Israel Palestine. I'm like, how about Boeing? How about Lockheed Martin? Let them step in the ring.
I told you I got to experience a little Palestine thing yesterday.
Oh, way to blow the punchline.
We
dude.
did. No, well, I'm not going to go through the whole bit.
I think it's really funny.
Okay.
I wanted you to talk about it.
So my daughter, our block had like everyone exchanging
That's what John calls his
Valentine's.
wife.
Yeah, the block. So they were exchanging Valentines, and instead of calling it Valentine's, they called it Palentines. And I came home and just saw a heart-shaped flyer on the table, and I was like, another fucking rally for Palestine in this town? Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just wrong.
To be
It's
fair,
fucked
that
up.
is a
Just a
very
Valentine.
close name.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
who-
it's
how,
one
how
letter
many
off, I
people
think.
did that get by when they were like, "Yeah, this is fine"?
Yeah, it's
like,
on the doorstep,
That's
dude.
clearly not
Yeah,
fun.
it didn't have to get really approved. It was just my neighbor who was
Yeah.
like, well, here's a bunch of kids' names. Write them on cards. And man, giving out Valentines, you got to tell a bunch of people you've never met you love them. That's weird.
Yeah, I fucking love you so much.
we
dude.
went around and told all the kids on the block how much we loved them. And I was like, and you're Archibald? What the fuck are your names?
You just spraying your daughter's perfume on every single one of them.
Wait, did your school, like an elementary school, do Valentine's Day
yeah,
cards?
yeah, we did
I-
then, but it was like I knew my classmates.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
this
that's
is-
still weird. You're like 6 giving those out to people.
Yeah, and you didn't want to give them to everybody.
Yeah.
We had girls in my class who did not give them to everybody.
No?
I had many a Valentine that I did not receive, and I went around. I was like, "Guess who's fat now?"
Matt, you still know their names, be honest.
No, I don't remember fucking Just Prospect. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm horsing. I forget we're live sometimes.
You think she's tuning in right now?
Gee, golly gosh, I hope not. But who knows, man? We need every audience member we can get. If you are tuned in live, thank you for checking out the lives we've been
Yeah.
doing. We do like doing them, and you guys are true bros to us.
What do you think the listeners are doing while we're talking in the background right now?
Shadow boxing in hopes that their dad comes home drunk and they can finally take care of business. That's my guess, off the cuff.
That was very specific.
Just a guess. Who knows? What do you guys think, dude?
You don't control me anymore, Kev.
I see this as prime, like, knitting background noise. You know what I mean? For someone knitting on the couch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got I was
What's up, my knitters?
I was listening to
That's what they're called.
Nailed it.
it's Knit Us.
Okay.
I was listening to a podcast while tinting windows the other day. I told you I broke a window in my garage ripping slap shots in the backyard. So I had to get replacement plexiglass, and I got clear. So now all the crooks in the neighborhood can just go and look right into my garage. So then I bought car window tint, and I've just been tinting out windows.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, it's one of those things so satisfying though. You get to use like the squeegee and push the bubbles out.
Yeah.
I think I might get into window tinting.
You should
Just do it real bad.
you should
Open up
confuse
a
your
side
neighbors.
business?
Confuse your
Yeah.
neighbors and tell them you're doomsday prepping. And they're like, I don't think that's gonna do anything. I don't think
Do you
that's gonna
understand how
help you.
bad UV rays are going to be when the grid goes down?
Dude, you don't know how it goes. You buy 5 cans, and the next thing you know, it's 500. Like,
Yeah,
they just
yeah.
pile up. Man.
Dude, I really want to start. Speaking of, I would love to start doomsday prepping.
I'm in the same boat and hopefully the same bunker as you because I've been doom and gloom like the last 3 days. Listening to too many podcasts talking about the potential end of the world grid dropping out, and I'm like, we don't have enough dried fruits like in this house. It's starting to scare me.
I feel like you would have more dry fruits than probably 90% of the population.
No, we go through food so quick though. I'm bad at stocking shit. Like
True.
We
Yeah.
eat it, we buy it. We eat it, we buy it. Like
You think we'd still pod if we were in a bunker after the?
It was just the two. We still keep it a running thing, but it's not going out to anyone.
We're like, well, we got to drive to Jay's bunker in
Guys,
Manioc.
guys are just holding sticks. You're not
yeah, just
podcasting to the 5 people that
We're just sitting Indian
miraculously-
style,
So
rocking
it's just
back
the
and forth.
podcast
Live.
before Jay came along.
Yeah, just
It's
about. Very honestly.
We're still doing it on my wife's shitty laptop.
Yep. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Did it just stop again? All right, run it back.
Oh, dude, that would be. I can't think
Dude,
of a
us in
better
bunker.
life.
We're
If-
just trying to find whatever radio channel Jay's broadcasting from out here in Manioc. We're
Yeah.
like, did you try 7 today?
Yeah. So Jay, we're gonna have you pepper in the intro before the live.
So this is actually a thing. Like, are you familiar with like pirate radio stations?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the movie Pirate Radio, where they
Oh yeah,
broadcast
something like
So-
R
so-
105.
Regular people around the U.S. get low power.
but that was a good one. It was too good to not recognize. Tip of the cap.
But regular people just get FM transmitters and pirate or broadcast an unlicensed station.
Yeah,
in
Chappelle
the
talked
US,
about those
yeah.
FM transmitters on his latest special, didn't he?
He was upset about those. FM, MF. That guy didn't give a hold back.
Chappelle is not ready for the grid to drop
Dude,
out.
we're on. That was great. That was a
So
great
I mean,
one.
we're essentially we're pirate radio a little bit here. We're flying under the radar.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Voice of
essentially, yeah,
broadcast.
it's the same
Yeah.
principle.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty sad.
Dude, do you think when the first radio broadcast went out there, like one day this is gonna change the world, and then you just fast forward, and we're just the ancestors of that guys, and we're like,
Yeah.
Anyway, the other day I was scratching my nuts.
Yeah, too. I mean, it's also, but like, how crazy is it? Well, that's a good point to think about. Like, the first radio broadcast was probably such an unbelievable accomplishment, and immediately they're like, we should talk about bullshit, play music now.
Oh yeah, 3 minutes in, they were like, "So
How do
you
we
got
sell?
any new bits?" Like,
They're like, how do we sell? We can get people to listen, and we can sell things.
yeah. Well, you know what we can do? All right, I'm gonna have one of my friends call up and pretend like his wife is cheating on him, and we're gonna send roses out to that person.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the second radio broadcast. Was War of the Roses.
Yeah. Speaking, hey, War of the Roses is very,
You're a veteran.
It's a very
Has
important
lined your
thing.
pockets. I've heard.
I don't
We
know.
haven't talked about it on here, have we?
I don't think I technically can, but who the fuck?
Well, a comic you know does War of the Roses, and
Yeah, I've heard some of these guys do the those live catching your girlfriend cheating calls, and boy, do you have to go out to your car during your lunch break at work to do those, and people think you're a fucking psychopath.
of course we can ask our guest if he ever comes down from
It
taking
has
a
been
shit.
like what's like 20, whatever. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to make him look like shit, but that is nuts.
He's making himself look like shit.
Yeah, true.
I also don't want to gender they, whoever this is.
Well, I just don't want people to know who. I don't want people to be able to guess who
Yeah,
the fuck
we want it
this
to be a
asshole
surprise.
is.
I mean,
I hope
stay
Ludwig can
tuned. It's a pretty big surprise.
Yeah, I mean, either way. Well, I'm sorry to get angry, so we'll stop talking about it. But yeah, Soupy
Radio?
Bowls, dude.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, I still can't get over how much of a fucking betraying bastard you are.
Me? Why so?
When we did Kyle Pagan's podcast, and you said, I don't even think Matt watched a second of that game. I went, John, I know for a fact you didn't watch a darn millisecond.
No. I
Oh,
watched all
yeah.
the games. I watch all the
Oh,
games.
John.
You know me. They call me Johnny Football.
Foolish liar.
No, I definitely watched that game. I can't remember which one we're talking about. That game was a good game. Let's just
Yeah.
talk the big game, Super Bowl.
True,
Are we allowed to
you're
say
right.
Super Bowl? They always do that where it's like, come on out for the big game.
Yeah,
You
dude.
show up, you're like, is the WNBA championship on or what?
I know. Most important thing is just knowing that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift had breathy missionary sex that night. That's all I need to know is that she was on top and he was she was on top and he had his legs spread and she was laying prone and she humped into him and played her greatest hits. And he
Well,
played his
he-
great hits, which are giving him CTE as we speak.
Yeah.
You think
just-
you think they're into pegging? Honestly, that would be the greatest.
He
twist
pegs
there.
her. He wears a
Yeah.
strap-on to peg her with his soft weenie.
I like the thing too. He's like, you sing your song. I'm gonna sing "We Are the Champions," but he's just humming a different Queen song.
Yeah.
He's like, this one's it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Under pressure. That's not even Queen, Jason.
True. If
Travis,
only that
whoever
guy,
you are.
if only that guy could have a thought, maybe we would be able to get it. I've listened to their podcast. Jason Kelsey is the man.
Dude, yeah, it's
Phew, Travis Kelsey. Not.
Jason pretty much carries.
he's
the
got too
show.
much
Yes.
vaccine in
Yes.
his system. That's
He's
what it is.
too-
He's breathing with vaccine.
Yeah, dude. Mr. Pfizer.
Really, he's the best possible endorsement for Joe Rogan's theories.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Travis Kelce.
Well, I feel like when Pfizer picked him, they were like, "Look, he's already pretty dumb.
True.
Like any side effects we can just say that's his brain. That's CTE.
True. They should just find people who are already fucked up. So any side effects that come, they're like, yeah, it's obviously for playing football.
He was already in that wheelchair.
So Pfizer's sponsoring their 9th stuntman? Have you heard about this? I guess they're big in that industry.
I was happy to see Blake Lively there. To remind everyone that Taylor Swift isn't that hot. There's a much hotter white lady, and here she is.
Ice Spice you're talking about?
True. There was the picture of Jason Kelsey meeting Ice Spice was timeless. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was nuts.
He's like, "Hello, Mrs. Spice."
Yeah,
he
looked like the cover of the Iron Giant. That was a crazy visual, dude.
Did you see him in the after party? He just had a luchador mask on and like checkered red and yellow suspenders. Nobody else was in Chiefs gear.
I know, yeah.
But the guy who didn't play for the Chiefs.
Yeah, dude. Deep. If you could have get like a fucking reading of his thoughts, it's just like, don't touch her hair, don't rub her hair, don't rub her curly red hair, don't rub her Chucky the doll hair
in your pocket.
Yeah, dude. She looked like Corky. You remember the doll Corky? That shit used to scare the fuck out of me, dude. My dad used to have one in our like crawl space of our. We didn't even have a basement.
Corky?
Huh? Corky.
Yeah,
Jay,
I'm also out of the loop on this.
Jay, could you pull Corky out if you get a chance?
Now,
I need you guys
two
to see.
Corkys because there's a different Corky from my generation. I want to see if it aligns with what the Corky doll is.
Okay, no, this guy will.
Because this is it? Well, let's see what Corky doll is first.
I think you got. Yeah, if you just type in Corky doll. That's also my.
You remember you would go to the Corky Doll Festival?
There you go.
Oh, okay. Now, if you can now also pull up Life with Corky, the show about growing up with a retarded brother.
300 beans for one of these. Life
so
with Corky?
there was a show in the 90s, something like Life with Corky or something like that, and Corky was the name of the child with Down syndrome.
Oh,
which is that's the meanest name you can give a kid with Down. It's like,
by the way, we were talking about
a Y on the end of their name.
Just a quick aside. Last episode, we made a joke about making a Down syndrome only Love on the Spectrum. Exists.
It exists
and is on Netflix.
Down for Love.
Yeah. Absolutely insane.
So, no, I've never seen. This is like an off-brand Chucky, basically, right?
They should have a schizophrenic Love on the Spectrum. Voices of Love. It's just a guy sitting in his room punching in like one of these things and just hearing voices that tell him to kill his mom. Anyway.
Once again, wildly specific. I applaud it.
Yeah.
I think I have a mental illness.
I just see Love is Blind, but it's them just reading Braille porn. She did it where?
I know. I was watching porn the other day. I actually accidentally clicked on a sounding video, which that was a quick exit.
Please elaborate. I'm not familiar with this. What is sounding?
I'm going to be honest with you. I really do not watch porn almost ever. But it was one of those like, oh, let's see what the hell's going on back there type of things. It's like checking out the shed in your backyard, just like make sure there's not
No
anything.
flooding, no squirrels got in.
So I went in there and I checked. I checked the integrity of
Turns
porn.
out tons of squirrels got in.
Tons of squirrels got into the penis hole of a man. That's what sounding is, dude.
What?
It is.
It's a tuning fork in the pee hole, right?
As soon as I saw it,
That we can pull. There's gonna be a good diagram. Let's not get real pictures, but maybe like a drawing we can look at.
No, I don't need any of that.
Is it
baloney.
lady sounding?
It was a lady doing it to a man. Yeah.
It's just
John,
called whining.
Why? Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just not Googling that.
Yeah. Hey, please do not. Jay. Thank you. Too. That's why you're the producer, baby. That's why we got a pro.
Also, if you could please hit a key of C. I think I'm tuning my fork over here.
Yeah, true. Bow, bow, bow. Tuning my guitar.
But so Corky Doll, does your parents tortured you with this?
Yeah, they used to say that was the Chucky doll that would come after me if I was bad. And I bring this stuff up to them, and these old senile bastards are like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, I vividly do. And I didn't have the imagination to come up with it as a kid.
Yeah.
They used to tell me that my uncle was locked in my grandma's attic because my aunt and my uncle got divorced. And I bring that up to them. My parents just tell me that my uncle was locked in my grandmom's attic because they had just gotten divorced and there was a clown that wouldn't let him out. So anytime I went upstairs in my grandmom's house, they're like, why is he so fidgety? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, you fucking psychos. You know?
Dude, so wait a minute, John. I need to know. Do you have any lies planned that are going to match this?
because I'm
one
going to
day
raise
you're
my
just gonna-
daughter nicely. Jesus Christ, your parents are like, they're basically doing like Guantanamo Bay level torture on you.
Truly,
Like,
yeah.
John,
they
you're
locked
passing
me in
up
a room and put a strobe light and Metallica on for 3 hours and told me it was my good time. If I came out, that same clown would eat me.
I used to have to wear a mask every time I took a bathtub, and they're like, go under the water, waterboarding him now, pussy.
Jesus. Man, your parents are a lot of psychological torture.
Yeah, what's what you get when a mom had smoked cigarettes, man. My mom smoked cigarettes.
My
It
mom
contracted
smoked
the
cigarettes
vessels.
before I was born, so I'm okay. So I'm just kind of fucked up in the head. No, I'm raising my child right. I'm not going to scare the shit out of her with fake clowns.
John,
you're
the
gonna
point
be one of
is you're
those.
missing a golden opportunity. If you could just lie, get away with it,
Yeah.
and then just act one day like it never happened,
Dude,
to the
I'm
absolute
starting to not get away
fury
with
of
it.
your offspring.
Yeah,
We-
I mean, it's going to be unmatched.
Yeah.
Truly unmatched.
We tell a lot of little white lies, like we'll be driving by a restaurant she loves. and she'll
Slavery
be like,
never
"Oh, I wanna go there."
That's one lie. All right. Sorry.
You know, they don't really have another bone in their foot. That's a white lie.
Show me the boats. Okay. Clearly it happened. Sorry.
You know, there's actually more white quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl than black. That's a white lie.
If I let you get the last word, I never was part of it.
So, what was I gonna say? Oh, white lies. Yeah, we'll just tell her like the rest. Like she'll be like, I want to go there. We're like, nah, they're closed on Tuesdays. And then now she's starting to be like, why is there people in there? You're like, shit. It's corporate meeting that they're having in there. Like, just playing shit way above her
'Cause
level.
My parents could have done the same thing, but they were like, "Oh, let's get a little inventive."
That's telling clowns will murder him if he goes in there on a Tuesday.
we can't go in there. The terrorist organization Al Qaeda's in there beheading kids your age.
Do you think could we have your parents on? Could that be a Patreon episode one day? Have your parents on and just ask them.
My mom, dude.
Why'd
give
you
her-
do this
yeah.
to Matt?
You give my mom a glass of wine. She'll talk. We could put the mics down. Just let her go.
Are we gonna have our moms on one episode?
I think that'd be great.
That would be incredible.
We should have our moms on and their rivals.
I think my mom just found out who Usher was 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
She came over so excited.
Who
She
in
was
that
like,
situation would be considered a rival?
Just like one of their adversaries.
Just like another
you
mom
never-
from the PTA meetings? Is that what you're getting at?
I don't even know who my mom's rival would be.
You-
Probably.
no, you never met Deb?
Like
Yeah,
they're
it's Deb.
Pokemon
They're-
trainers and
their
they have a
names are Deb.
rival?
Yeah, and then we just meet them at certain points throughout the game when I
Yeah.
leveled up. Every time my fucking main Pokemon evolves.
Rival moms would be a great like Sega Genesis fighting game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
different moms.
Street Fighter.
Deborah fights Karen.
Yeah. Who can make a pie that makes somebody like float when they smell it out the window?
There's just like the finishing move is like a real guilt like thing. It's like, I mean, you can go out, but I wanted to hang out with you.
Or it's the wooden spoon for the more brawny mother.
Ooh.
For the more brawny mother in your life.
You could just neglect a child in it.
Yeah.
Finish him, and you just wait 7 years and don't talk to him.
Finish his mental psyche. He can't come with a woman unless she's mean to him. You've finished him, but she can't finish him.
Once again, fantastically specific.
Freud was right. Freudtality.
Dude, if I was in Freud's like domicile, I would just try to flip his shit over and be like, I actually want to fuck my dad.
Yeah.
What now, science boy?
Oedipus, this shit right here.
How about this, dumbass? I want to blow my dad. You got anything for that in your stupid little fucking notebook? All right. 2 beers and half a glass of whiskey before the pod. Not a good idea.
Do you question shit like Freud and all those people that were that's prehistoric in my mind, dude. If shit happened before 1980, I don't believe it happened the way it did. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Freud, like, yeah, he's a genius. Like, now he would just be an asshole. Like, just a real judgy dick.
But then does that make you think that people who are like pronounced known assholes now are going to be the ones that will look back and go,
like
all
the
right.
prolific people of our day.
Yeah,
yeah. Like,
perhaps.
who's gonna be the the I was gonna say wordsmith, and I can't even put together that.
Okay.
Who's gonna be the prolific people of our day? It's like Pauly Shore for some
Kanye
reason.
West for sure.
Kanye West, yeah, true. We're not going to have a great
Kanye
batch.
West. He'll have a chapter in the history book.
Can't wait for grandkids to ask me about Yeezy.
I think it is truly. I just watched that Tucker Carlson interview with Vladimir Putin.
That's getting
Hoodies.
wild, man. It's
Yeah.
getting real wild.
I watched that shit while I was hammered after a show. I tell you what, you listen to a Russian guy talk when you're hammered, nothing sounds better.
Yeah,
I
start
pledge
understanding
Russian allegiance. Yeah, I actually cannot say that.
Start
for-
looking up
Yeah,
plane
do
tickets
not
and
say that.
passports. And,
Yeah,
Matt, how much are tickets to Russia? You looked it up, right?
yeah, dude. Who knows? They're like $1,200 round trip. It was pretty interesting just seeing like the opposition side. And either way, no, we went back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl. Yeah, we got
Yeah,
off topic.
sorry.
The commercials.
We talk about Jesus' advertising
We can talk.
budget this
Jesus'
year.
I
ad
think
budget
so.
is through the roof, dude.
Did you get a grant or what happened? Like,
Yeah, they fucking
Jesus
got
and
the grant.
Temu. Who would have known? That
Temu,
those
true.
would be the Lord above and a Chinese company that we don't know enough about.
Yeah.
It's basically the flea market of the internet.
Yeah, I don't think. But their commercials so hilarious too. It was like shop like a billionaire, and you're just ordering a T-shirt that has 3 arms in it for some reason.
Yeah.
Billionaires fucking love shirts with 3 arms in them.
That one
You
came
didn't
out
know
of
that?
Fukushima. It came out of one of those
Yeah.
cities in Japan.
Again, I hate to bring it back here, but my mom got me 2 gifts off Temu for Christmas this past year. I'm dead serious. She got me a full blanket and a T-shirt.
Now, did she
Okay.
include the receipt so you knew?
I actually, next podcast, I'll bring the blanket on here. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Good blankie,
It's like a
or-
mother's love for her son knows no bounds, and it's just like newspaper pictures that have nothing to do with love or kinship between a mother and
There's
son.
just a
He's
horse
returned home from
accident.
war.
There's just a
It's like,
horse
what
accident
the
from the racetrack front and center on the newspaper.
Dude.
Truly, it was like the second tower goes down, and I was like, "Damn, my mom loves the god darn hell out of me."
They do love them.
Yeah, but the J Money commercials were a little bit overwhelming.
Dude.
I mean, a couple of them, you were like, this new miniseries on Addicts is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
And then it was like, Jesus too struggle. He's like, they got me again.
Yeah, I know. Well, I used it to flex a little bit watching it with my girlfriend, where I was like, the first time I saw somebody washing feet, I was like, Jesus was kind of known for doing that kind of crud. She was like, who the fuck would ever care about that? I hate you so much.
Yeah, who honestly washes feet nowadays? I mean, don't get me wrong, with the way we use our feet with socks now, they need
Well, the
it.
depiction
Yeah.
of
But
it too.
nobody does it anymore. We need to start washing feet.
This is what we can do.
True.
You said we should do the reacts. You want to do a watch along to a Jesus commercial and just commentate it
Sure.
live? Can you pull one of them up from the
Yeah.
Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I think
Just
this
do
would be
it.
good, just to pop out as a reel too.
This is comedians react to
It's a
Jesus,
Jesus.
watching Tootsies.
The washing the foot thing was funny too because it was like in the middle. Like one looked like it was like the January 6th riot, and they're like, "Yes, we stopped in the midst of storming the Capitol
Yeah.
to wash this poor
God, this
lady's
guy's feet are disgusting.
Her toots. I mean, listen.
They're so dirty, they're
Insurrection
black.
aside, this dirt's insurrecting these toots.
Yeah, I mean, it is that
The
commercial. It
Sup-
had an intention. It's just like
It sucks too.
You
The Super Bowl
can't usurp-
commercials used to be incredible. It used to be like you got pumped for them. Everyone talked about them. I feel like no one. Now we're excited about like stupid stuff. Now it was
know.
like the funniest thing of the year. Like,
yeah. It definitely fell off quite a bit. Now they're like rehashing like that the E-Trade baby and
I'm
shit.
finding like more recap videos than the actual commercials here.
Oh, it turns out we're not the only podcast to talk about it.
Well, if
Just
you
go to jesus.biz.
if you seek him out, you will not find him. He must come to you.
There it is. There's some feet washing. Family planning clinic. Yeah, like a broken home. She's like,
I'm
look,
like, that's a hot lesbian scene that could have popped out at any moment. There's that. They're fracking for oil on that.
what is this one? She stopped the bus. Did
She's
the
about
bus
to get
run
hit-
over somebody?
Yeah,
Wait,
about to
go
get
back
hit
to
by a
that
bus.
one. Hold on.
She's about to get hit by a bus. She's like, oh my God, your feet are just absolutely filthy with this 12-wheeler coming high speed at you.
So this is I think this is the migrants that got bussed out of Texas up to New York. Do you think that's what this is?
No, most people thought that. It's actually Extreme Home Makeover. Her new house is behind that.
Deb, quit washing her feet. We got to reveal the home.
Where your bedroom is an arcade with no bed.
There's also that basket off to the side there. How good would it be if the next frame was just someone posterizing that mom after she washed that lady's feet?
Get yammed on, Cheryl. Yeah, I like that.
Jesus is. They got to remind us how
That guy
good
still
of a
looks
dude he
racist.
was.
Like they're trying to make it a nice thing. The guy in the back still looks
Yeah.
racist. And this one's nuts. This was
You
the
get
Pepsi
trampled
commercial.
on.
This was the Pepsi commercial with Kendall Jenner.
This one now, is this just to the old, go back to the old white guy and the old black guy on the porch together. That's just two guys that found love late in life, right?
Yes.
This is just two fellers.
Yeah, if we ever soak feet together, just know we're fucking.
Yeah. Actually, that'll be our Patreon tier. Come soak your Tootsies with us.
Yeah. That's true.
If our
yeah.
guest ever gets back, we can soak his Tootsies too.
Yeah, I mean, I
think at this point he just left, right?
I think pedicure should be the actual Patreon content.
I'll
Just
get a pedicure.
I would
session.
absolutely get a pedicure.
Don't tempt me with a good time, baby.
Technically,
I want to hold
time.
hands with you on a porch. Will you be an old black man? Will you be Uncle Ben from the Rice Bowls? And I'm the Big Lebowski
The dude,
with our old Basset Hound.
the dude and the bruh.
Dude, I mean that's kind of the life. You retire with your best bud. You guys were enemies at one point.
Yeah.
And then you just start making sweet love in your 70s, and you raise a Basset Hound on a porch somewhere.
I'll be back shortly, hon. I'm gonna go soak my tootsies.
Do you think they're interlocking toes in that bucket? What's happening?
I think if MLK came back and saw this, he'd be like, all right, not all
Guys,
of
I
it.
had a dream, but this is a fucking
Pump the
nightmare.
brakes a little bit.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, that's nuts, man. This commercial, they had such high hopes that I can't believe. This is the thing. I just try to think of the person who watches this and gives it the okay, and what they're like.
There's some guy that is down $6,000 gambling.
Yeah.
Watching that game, and he's like, "Wait, what? Jesus washed feet?
Yeah.
I could have not been spending my money all along, and I could have put it into the Lord."
I know. And he's like, honey, get up. I didn't hit you that hard. Look at the commercial. You can actually
I
get
can't wait
up.
till
He gets us. He gets us.
He
honey.
gets us, and I'll get you again if that's cold. I swear to God.
these all start ending with use promo code footwash at FanDuel.com.
It's soaked Tootsies at FanDuel.
I think the most successful advertising campaign ever would be if somebody took the template of that and then just slapped OnlyFans at the end of it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's kind
This
of
would
what
make top tier money. You get a cop washing a young black male's feet. Why also make the cop whiter? They didn't make the cop white enough here. They tried to make it. You got to make him real white.
Well, it's a Jesus commercial. The people making it are still racist. They're still like, well, you know,
Yeah.
they make mistakes too. Like, they're still fucked up people.
I'd
Hillary
love to
Clinton.
be in the writer's room for this one.
Yeah, they should have an Epstein Island cut too. It's
It's Epstein just putting lays on people as they come off of the plane. Mahalo. Welcome.
welcome, brother.
Dude, do you think there was ever a time on Epstein Island they got off the plane and he greeted them playing a steel drum?
Oh, and a ukulele.
Welcome to the island. They're like, what accent
If you
is
own
this?
an island and you don't do that, that is a
Yeah.
wasted opportunity. You
True.
don't deserve
Dude, you
it.
know he had
That's
one of
what
those,
makes him a
he had one of
dickhead.
those fake Rasta dread hat with the
Yeah.
braids coming out. Bill, you see this one? It's a good joke.
Wagwan, that was the fight.
Anyway,
brother
the
man.
children are that way.
Oh man,
Just follow the signs that clearly say children. They're just
Yeah.
around the corner.
you're gonna want to. And then there's hors d'oeuvres over there for you guys. I know it's a long flight.
I don't know.
Pigs in a
the-
blanket.
Oh god, just thinking of a guy going to that island, popping his ears.
Long flight.
Ah.
I watched Big Fish on the way down and cried the whole time.
Now he's a big fish in a little pond.
Yeah, just some guy getting out there. He's like, I watched Field of Dreams. Anyway, Jeff, how young are the tweens tonight? Like,
Yeah,
Jesus
it's like,
Christ.
come on, man. Reset the hard drive before you come off the goddamn PJ. Think. Yeah, that commercial was nuts. I was expecting a Gillis commercial the entire time.
I was too. I thought it was gonna be a Bud Light one.
Yeah.
I was hoping for it.
It's so
It also
corny.
wasn't it's the first year in a couple years Tommy Pope didn't do a commercial.
Ah.
He said he wasn't going to because him and Chris Wood, alum of the podcast,
That's right.
had a Super Bowl commercial 2 years ago, which was a good one.
Yeah.
And then he had one the year before that. I think he had two before that. But yeah, I remember him saying he's like, I just got too busy. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Sponsor or companies, if you need somebody next year, we'll wash people's feet in a commercial.
For sure.
I'll wash Matt's feet. He'll wash mine.
Yeah.
It'll be cute.
I'll watch
That'd
my.
be the best 69 ever.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I would fucking
Just
manhandle
toe
you.
69.
If we ever, by the way, if we did ever 69, I would outdo you in a second. You'd be sitting up there like, I'd be like, getting the job done, getting the job done, getting the job done, getting the job done. You'd sit there fiddling around. I'd be like, get off. I'll do it.
I would be interrupting you.
Yeah. Quit humming. What are you humming about? What could you be humming about?
I don't want to vision that again.
I'd pick you up.
I did like the Michael Sarah
Oh, the Sarah
V
V commercial.
Wasn't bad.
That was pretty funny.
Good,
Yeah.
good pun.
It was good. I mean, I've seen it on the internet first. Like that's what you're saying. Like they were underwhelming commercials because they've kind of already talked about
the
it or
internet
shown it.
exists, and any good, funny clip is already.
Our
way
friends
more
from
racist.
our friends from down south.
Yes, our pals.
Yes.
Yeah, we just had so much food, and I was on a mission. And on top of that, I got like 20 good 20 count of wings that we were like, we're gonna plow through this.
Right.
I ate the rest of them last night at midnight. Bad
know.
call.
Dude, they just sit there and you look at them. You go
it's
out
so
there
good.
when you imbibe in a certain kind of inebriation.
Leftovers.
Yeah.
Leftovers are the best.
Yeah. Luckily,
Welcome to leftovers.
that is the one benefit of being awful at cooking is I'm like, I don't want to fucking ever look at that again. That's disgusting.
You're not a leftover guy.
Not if I cooked it. I'm like, I didn't even want it when it was
leftovers
hot.
if it's like takeout.
Even still, I'm like,
I'm good at cooking portions.
what do you even mean by that, dude?
I cook the right amount for us to eat, and there's not leftovers.
Oh my God, your poor family's
cooked
probably
down-
starving.
Dude, I cooked down an entire
John has 4
thing.
plates and his wife has like a fucking napkin of like a salad.
No, it's the opposite because we've been together.
No,
for
you're
so
actually
long.
stuffed.
We've been eating so many meals together forever, and like when I was back like 6 foot 200 pounds, I'm still the same height now.
Okay.
When I was like 200 pounds and heavy and eating like crazy, my wife was eating the same portions I was because we would just cook and be like, let's split it right down the middle.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You should definitely have the same portions as a guy that outweighs you by 75 pounds.
Yeah.
That's always a problem. Does that ever happen with you guys when you cook?
With drinking, yeah. We'll
Oh,
usually
drinking.
go beer for beer, and she's just like, I'm gonna vomit, and
I
I'm
know,
like, I'm
actually,
going to the
bro.
casino. That's funny you mentioned that. Yeah,
I am going to vomit in said casino, but
True.
I'm going to it.
I'd do it. I got no fucking bones about that. Yeah, Soupy Bowls. I watched that. I don't know. I'm trying to think what else. This past weekend was just like a whirlwind of absolute. I mean, I did a show. I was talking with John about this before I got here. Sometimes I get caught up in the goddamn cosmos on stage, and you call women in the front row of your show truck drivers to their face. And you say, thank God you're here, truck drivers. And they look at you and they go, why would you ever call us that? We paid to come here to watch you. And you think about that until Tuesday night.
Here's my argument. We said this on the way over. I think that's a compliment. You
Yeah,
called
yeah.
them one of the most important careers in this country.
Yeah.
If there aren't truck drivers, there aren't goods that get shipped. I'm not going to get my things from Amazon. I ordered a good new desk organizer that came in under 24 hours. I'm not getting that without truckers.
Sure.
Actually, that was mostly just delivery guys. Actually, a guy in his own Maxima pulled up and delivered it. Now I think about it.
Yeah, I don't like
He
that.
definitely, dude, it's so weird.
So when
Yeah.
does one become a trucker? Is there like a weight limit, or is it need to be a detachable cab? How does that work?
I think you definitely got to dig up any old Facebook posts or tweets to see like who you voted for
Yeah.
in a couple elections.
You should have had to. You wanted to storm the Capitol, but you were on a long route the night before.
Yeah,
and there's
you were in
no way you
Alabama.
were gonna make it. You were so tired.
Yeah, you were asleep in a 7-Eleven parking lot.
in the
You
back
just-
of it. That always amazed me. Like I remember my parents telling me when I was younger, like at truck stops, or whatever, my dad being like, they sleep in those things, and I'm like, there's no way. But now watching videos of dudes like sleeping as their truck rolls off and their camera catches them waking up in the bed, like,
Yep.
no.
I see the videos
it's
of like
so real. People like legit live in those things.
I know, and I see videos on like TikTok and shit of like dudes at night when they have to kind of like lock it up to make sure nobody's breaking in. They like take the seatbelt and put it through the door handle and lock it back in and all this stuff. I think nothing looks cozier than sleeping in my fucking 18-wheeler.
Oh yeah.
I would love that, dude.
You think you would sleep good in those like Chinese pods they had too? They were like desk drawers basically.
No, I'll never sleep in anything Chinese. I'm staying woke if I'm near them, dude. I won't let them fool me again.
I recognize Taiwan.
They're our number one manufacturer of goods. We're bleeding them dry.
Man, lot lizards. You got to worry about your, not just your stuff getting stolen, but your
Your goods.
sweet virginity of your soul.
Your goods
A
getting
lot lizard
tarnished.
just they tarnish your soul.
They come and say, "Oh, please don't tarnish my goods."
Don't tarnish my heart and soul.
But if she comes up with a 7-Eleven frosted donut, I'll say, "Put it around my penis and do your thing."
I've never seen a lot lizard in the wild. I want to.
I don't think you want to see those. I think they'd be very scared.
I want to
nervous.
spectate them scurry. I like to think that like they move like a lizard even.
Yeah, they leave a trail like the tire marks. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very yucky and disgusting.
Their skin changes to whatever truck they're leaning up against.
Yeah, they can
I'm Amazon Blue. No, you're just overdosing.
I can blend in any Wawa or Sheets.
I look exactly like the stone facade out front of every Wawa. Even the ones that aren't Wawas anymore, but you can be like, yeah, there was a Wawa there at one point. I know that stone facade.
You just walk past a brick wall of a Sheets and you hear, "Any long stops, stud?" Or whatever they say. Yeah.
It's always Hun.
What? She's like, "Yeah, I'm talking to you."
It's just Mystique from X-Men, but
What would be the Mystique name?
it's Miss Teak.
She's made of teak wood.
Miss
Yeah.
Teeth.
It's a rarity.
Miss Teeth.
I know for certain I'd get in there. If push came to shove, and AKA they pushed me and shoved me, I would absolutely get in there.
wanna
Not
see-
now, obviously. I'm a committed
Yeah.
man, but I'm just saying if I was living a different life.
If there's X-Men, there's got to be like Y men also, right? There's got to be like a group of the ones that like didn't pan out.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Literally Y men. It's
Yeah.
like,
They
Oh,
literally
man.
sat there going, "Wait, why?
Yeah.
Why do we need to do
Yeah.
that?"
They're like, what was your ability? And it was like going to bed pretty early.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. If
So
you're quite
you're
an X-Men.
Wolverine. I'm
Why?
actually Badger Boy.
Yeah.
It didn't really play out as good. Turns out I just have rabies. It's a problem.
There's Dr. X and I'm Nurse X.
I'm actually Chiropractor X. I'm a doctor, technically, guys.
Dr. X can see into the future. Nurse X is just like one of those annoying ladies you meet who's like, I have really good intuition. It's like, okay, sure.
Nurse X can just see into the past and just remind you of all the dumb shit you've done.
Yeah. It was just, if only they could live in the present. I hate when people say that, dude. Live in the present.
I was gonna make it bad. I was gonna make him bad. Real homophobic Magneto joke, but I
Let's hear
decided not to.
Give it a go. See if we can talk around
You
it.
know what it is. You could think of it as just guys are attracted to me.
Okay. Okay. There we go.
Throw
Got
an
it.
F in there. In the
Can't
beginning.
believe that I realized it that quickly. I was like, yeah, absolutely, for sure, 100%. I know what you're talking about.
Do you think there's a version of Magneto that like just controls wood in the literal sense? That's
Yeah.
what you're thinking.
Yeah, I mean that's Jesus. He was a carpenter.
Yeah, do you think
See,
he
if they
just
made-
when he would levitate carpentry? Like that's not really carpentry.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
mean, if they made a Jesus commercial where he was controlling wood like Magneto, I think they get a much better point across.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
that's probably what got, because obviously
You think they slashed the CGI budget? Like what happened?
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think very honestly, Jesus though, they probably like one idiot probably saw him and was like, "Oh my god, this guy's like the fucking god of carving wood," and he's like, "What'd you just say?" And then just goes with it, and then they hang him on wood.
He wasn't a carpenter. He didn't have a drinking problem.
Yeah.
He didn't have any wives.
Every carpenter I meet is pretty pretentious, so I wonder if he's like getting crucified and he was like, "You follow this a fucking cross, dude." Look at the dimensions. You got an 8x4 with a 2x6.
This sand thing is far
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
bad.
Come
Me-
on, guys.
Me, I would have gone with a different. I don't know. A
Yeah.
T? That's a little on the nose.
I mean, whatever does it for you, I guess.
Also, how the fuck do we have nails? It's the year 1. How do we have nails?
Also, how did they get a picture of this?
There is no steel manufacturing at that point. So, yeah, how
Actually-
the fuck did they make nails? You're right.
He died. He died when he was 33. So I wonder if people in the audience were like, "This is so 33." Like people were like, "This is so 2024."
He's running new shit.
This is so.
Do you think right
33.
before he died, he was just like, "Draw me real hot"?
Yeah.
And then he been just gone.
Shit and piss?
Yeah, dude, he had so much poo poo coming
He
out.
had to. That's where the term "holy shit" comes from. Because that cabin, like, "Holy shit, dude."
The whole bottom of the cross is brown. Man.
Oh,
what the
jeez.
fuck happened?
They're like, Jesus Christ. That's where all those terms came from. Was just watching him shit.
There is a good chance that the Last Supper was undercooked or ill prepared for the time being.
Yeah.
Like there was probably some bad fish at the Last Supper.
Yeah.
Jesus just up there and he's like, I mean, this whole torture thing's terrible. But
True.
The IBS I got also.
Well, think about the least faithful fucking apostle was like, it's a little dry.
Judas.
And then
Yeah.
he watched him go, oh my God, I should have.
Dude, being crucified with diarrhea, that was probably great.
Yeah, honestly, that should have been the go-to. Like,
Do you
just
think-
nonstop fiber the day before. Just shit hard as hell on those fucking Italians.
At the end of the
The
Last
claps.
Supper, do you think when the bill came, they were all just like, yeah, Jesus has got this one, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's going to pick this one up. Judas is like, actually, I wasn't drinking, so I'm not paying as much.
Yeah, Jesus was Jewish, so he's like,
Fi-
we'll split it 13 ways.
I have to say, they all were when you think about
Final Supper check spot, new sketch idea.
No, I'm saying Jesus being a Jewish man when they got the bill
Yeah,
at the
I'm
Last
saying
Supper.
save it. We're doing this as a
it. They
sketch.
literally,
All right,
they
cool.
literally all are Jewish men.
Yeah,
13 of them.
Final
no,
check or final supper check split is
Last
an
Supper, dude.
incredible.
Don't ever
I
fucking-
keep saying final.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, it's the final supper. You just cloud
Well,
of
that's
smoke.
how it's starting. clearly.
Do you think Jesus ordered for the table? He's like, yeah, come here.
Oh, he's like a chauvinist. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm actually pescatarian.
I'm actually all right. We're going to start off. He's Italian in this one because most
The
depictions
Roman
of Jesus are
the
Italian.
Roman, yeah, okay.
We're going to start off with a little something for the table.
Yeah.
Something for Judas. You're not picking. You can put that knife down.
Paul's
anyway.
gluten free. We got to be
Yeah.
fine with gluten free.
Well, it's also the year 33, so they only have 4 food options. We're gonna start with the bread because that's all we have.
bread, wine, and water. That's
Yeah.
it.
And 1 fish.
And
You're
watch
really
this, guys.
gonna-
I'm gonna turn one into the other.
True, if they ran out of food at the thing and they were like, make more food. You made the bread, you made the fish,
See,
make
it's
more
just
food.
just booze. I can only do it with
can't do
booze.
it right now. I can't do it right now.
Trust me, I tried once with cheese. I
Yeah.
just made a mouse. It was crazy. Opposites. Italian Jesus. That might be my favorite Jesus.
Well, no, I like the Italian.
Super degoed out Jesus.
Well, especially if he does shit on the cross. Like, yo, what the
oh,
fuck?
he's fucking stradul.
Yo, fucking Jesus Christie's over here shitting and pissing and farting.
Jesse up there can't hold his own. I like that. Jesse's a good nickname for Jesus.
That's why he moved it.
Jesse Christ.
Hey, JC.
What's up, guys?
That's why he moved the tombstone to get out of there. It's like, it's stuffy in here.
Oh, he's back to Jewish now.
Oh, my God.
Jewish
boy.
Jesus versus Italian Jesus. I want to see that fight.
Yeah, they're just going to sword fight with their noses.
Yeah.
All right, we're live.
In Italy.
In
and
Italy.
Jerusalem.
Yeah, it was all the Roman Empire back then, dude.
Is anyone in the Gaza Strip watching us right now?
I hope, and I'm sorry.
Wait, we can
I
talk
bet
about
they
this.
love that Palantine joke.
The
That's what I thought was funny. Yeah.
We've been on driving over here. Matt thought this was a little autistic of me, but the last time we were driving over here, I pointed out that one of the buildings in Camden was lit up green, red, and black. Well, not black, so there's no black lights on there. They're not Hot Topic.
Black is the absence of color.
Right. So, but they had green and red lights when they usually always had white and blue. I thought they were lit up for Israel. So then when we were driving across, it was Palestinian colors, and then tonight back to Israel colors.
Yeah.
I think this company, I don't want to come after them, but I think they're flip-floppers.
I think they're having a power struggle.
We got a Gaza flip-flopper.
You think we've got okay?
I think we have a Gaza flip-flopper.
I think there's a power struggle within the maintenance department of the building.
Oh,
it's
that's
like-
good too. The guy,
it's become pretty hostile.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Literally.
The
Yeah,
off nights
well.
are covered by a Palestinian guy, and then there's a Jewish guy the other night.
Bro's
It's like,
just
"I'm putting it
changing him when he
back."
gets in the morning.
Oh.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, true. They could be just front runners though about who's doing the best.
It's
that
so
day.
funny too to think that like every Thursday there's a board meeting where they get together and like, all right guys, who we rooting for next week?
Yes,
Like,
and again, we need to stress this is a real thing about
Yeah.
a building. We're not making jokes
if you're
about
going
this.
over the Walt Whitman or the Ben Franklin Bridge, look into Camden. I won't say the name of the company.
It's so weird. We have gone the past 3 weeks. It's been a different color
Yeah.
each time, just between these two. So I don't know what the hell these frickin' friggers are doing. But we're gonna get to the
We're
bottom.
gonna
Of
get to
it.
the gosh dang bottom of it.
We're gonna fly an airplane by the building.
It's next to the aquarium
Scope it
too.
out.
Where do you
Yeah.
think that? Where do you
Just give
think
it
the
eyes.
sharks lie on this?
Huh?
in the Gaza Israel Palestine thing? Where do you think the
now we
fish
know what
at the
building it
aquarium
is.
next door?
I think.
No, it's next door to that.
What do the sharks think? I think you got to worry more about the octopi. They're the ones who know what's going to happen. You watch an octopus in a
True.
fucking aquarium, you're like, tell me now what happens. You know they know, dude. They're sentient beings.
I'm just picturing a shark fin coming up above the water and going, in just
Oh.
a Jewish voice.
Okay, there we go. We're back. All right.
Are
I'm not scared of sharks.
you scared of Jewish people coming out of tunnels?
No, I'm
You're
happy.
not scared of sharks at all?
Well, I mean,
No.
on land, I'm not afraid of sharks. Yeah, that makes perfect
True.
sense.
How
Now, if you're
often are you in the ocean?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, on land, I certainly have the upper hand.
I'm
All right, to
perfectly.
be fair, I'm in the ocean
Yeah.
in 43 years, but I ain't scared of fucking sharks.
I'm dead. I'm not even trying to be funny. If a shark underwater or a bear on land came up to me, I would like be fine.
Shark touches you on the leg, you're not freaking out?
No.
You never freaked out when something touched your leg in the ocean?
Nope.
Jellyfish.
Nope. I get
Tadpole.
interested. A lot of people go, "Oh no!" I
Child.
go, "Look at this big." Huh?
Floating body.
Stepping on a kid to get out of water. Yeah, I'll do
Yes,
that.
that's always
Step
fun.
on his head for sure. No,
man.
if I see a shark, dude, they have beaks. Their mouths are further back than their beaks. So just grab the beak and go
I don't go, nah,
different place.
not today.
I definitely think that'll work. You need to test that
I
theory.
promise
Also,
you.
you
Can
for-
you YouTube just like
14 beers deep on the beach. Guys, watch this. Shoof, and then just getting your other arm chomped right off.
if it's a chick shark, I'll fuck it too.
Oh, a girl shark.
Yeah, that's one of the ones you can.
Are you not scared of street sharks? Did you watch that show when you were younger?
No, I don't believe I did. Is that a real thing?
No, Street Shark's incredible.
Oh, that was a
No.
great show.
Dude, it was like
I
it
had
was
one
the
of the action
raddest
figures.
show ever.
Really?
It was like in the vein of Ninja Turtles. They were just like half shark, half human that drove cars
Yeah.
and fought crime, maybe?
Oh, you guys would watch that after the Mary Tyler Moore show, right?
Yes. You're the youngest child ever. Street Sharks was fucking incredible. Dude, you would have loved Street Sharks. Actually, there's a good video of Vin Diesel's first job ever. He was the spokesman for the Street Sharks toys line.
Vin Diesel does look like a
It's
shark.
Vin
yeah.
Diesel, and he's like, guys, you're not going to believe it. We got Bulkhead or whatever his name is.
Are you guys fast and curious about the world of sharks?
Fast and Curious, there has to be that porn parody, right?
Oh,
You
Bisexual.
want to see a private island? Off the coast of the U.S.
Too fast,
Yeah.
too curious.
Fast and curious, dude. What a great Sylvan Learning Center.
I live my life a quarter inch at a time.
And a quarter inch, right, guys? That's almost 1/4 of an inch. And if we had 8 quarter inches, we'd have 2. That's
yeah, look
right.
up Vin Diesel Street Shark. It sounds like the name of a ska band.
Vin Diesel.
We are
Street-
Vin Diesel Street Shark. Please stick around for Puddle Honey.
That's another one that sounds like a quarterback before he says hut. Street Shark, Street Shark.
Vin Diesel Street
Vin Diesel,
Shark.
Street Shark.
Look at him. Just couldn't be more of just the dude.
Why does he look like the evil kid from
He looks like
Toy
the
Story?
Sharks. You're right. He looks like the Street Sharks.
Yeah. He's scared of sharks. The guy like that is scared. If you get a guy like me, sweater, pair of kill shots, I'm fine.
Your shirt does look like those bite proof.
Yeah, it's got the
Shark
chainmail.
shirts,
Yeah.
You could stab me in the gut. Nothing's gonna
I
happen.
wouldn't even feel it, dude.
Have
give
you-
it
I don't know. I fear the power of sharks
Fine, but-
myself personally.
I'm not-
And I'm an aquatic man. I'm probably in the ocean more than you.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear you say all that bullshit, but whatever, dude.
I'm the most aquatic comic in this.
Oh, here we go, dude. And we're back.
Names a comic that's in the water more than me.
I mean, a lot of these guys are underwater. Most of their sets, they fucking suck.
Speaking of sucking, what do you got coming up? Are we in that? We're past an hour, right?
No, we're coming right up to it.
Damn. I thought we can keep going. Let's keep cooking.
No, actually, I'm done now. I think I've had enough.
All right, what do you got coming up? I got my mom
What do we
calling me.
got, dude? This Friday, I'll be performing at an apartment complex center. Because everything's right where I want it to be. No, that'll be fun. It's
a
John
good and
Phillips.
fine.
John Phillips show. It's like a community center night for an apartment complex, so that should be fun. And then next Thursday, we're at Helium Comedy Club. Actually, sorry, no, Monday, Philly City Winery. Please come to that. Jim Gillespie and Friends. It's a crowd work show. So I'll be working the crowd. I'll be nonstop working them. I'll actually be putting them to a 9 to 5 with unpaid labor and no overtime. And then on Thursday, we'll be at Helium. I'll be opening for Josh Blue. Very excited about that. That should be a very fun time. So please come hang out. And what about you there? Oh, and of course, Shock Drop Comedy Show, March 2nd.
Scores Sneaker Boutique.
Scores Sneaker
Collingswood,
Boutique.
New Jersey.
That's right, Collingswood, New Jersey. We have the ticket links. I have the ticket links in my bio on Instagram.
If you're
we post all
listening
the
to
time.
this, bring your own alcohol. We will have some there, but if you prefer something, just bring it.
Yes, BYOB.
If
Johnny
you're
Boy.
listening this far in, you probably would have brought it anyway.
True. Good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So Shock Drop Comedy, March 2nd. Get there. Be there. If you're listening live this Thursday, I'll be hosting at Helium for the 8 o'clock show on Thursdays, right? Yeah. Then this Saturday, I'll be up Rosemont Comedy in Easton, PA. Next week, the 23rd and 24th, we'll be hosting for John Heffron at Helium. So come out to that. That's going to be awesome. John Heffron's been a comic that I've loved for a long time, back the old Comedy Central Presents days. So pretty excited to get to do that.
Johnny Helium, baby. He's in there like swimwear.
Oh, and check out video just came out today, Crossing Broad. We filmed a home run derby up at Victus Bats. I got second place to Philly TikToker Sabram, the Delco douche guy in all the videos. He just say less, my guy.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got second place to him. But tune in, watch it. I think it was rigged. I hit bombs.
I saw you put up a great fight. And speaking of Crossing Broad, keep an eye out for a new fun live podcast coming there with some special T-boys.
Special T boys.
Special T, a lot of high T boys. That has been our podcast. Good night. I love you.
Goodbye.